views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open 2.0. I'm your host, Lizzie Dominguez. Our guest today is a woman that works hard to improve not only her life, but the life of her community. She created a 360 initiative which supports her professional, personal, and philanthropic endeavors. She is also a successful real estate entrepreneur. By business, living, and giving, she strives to demonstrate that a 360-degree approach is the key to a fulfilling life. Here to talk more about her philosophy, please welcome Heidi Bucker to the show. Welcome to 2.0.
Thank you very much.
I want to start by asking about your organization, Biz, Live, Give, and the work that you do. So tell me a little about that.
So Biz, Live, Give is actually a philosophy. So it's business, living, and giving. And that's basically how I live my life in this 360 philosophy.
Yeah.
So that means that I put business first, and then I do a lot of things in regards to living, which is fitness, travel, whatever it might be, eating a lot, obviously, and then giving as well. So giving back to the community I find is huge. And I think a lot more people need to kind of embrace that as well, because I know you get stuck in your own kind of life and your own setbacks, but it's always, you get so much more when you give that you could ever receive. So that's why incorporating the business, living, and giving is what we try to strive for.
Yeah. Is there a particular public that you serve, or is it the whole community as a whole, like children, adults, and everything?
You know, it depends on the year. Basically, we have different plans for every single year when we go forward. This year, we're doing a lot for the youth as well as affordable housing.
Of course.
So my background is actually in real estate, so I specialize in affordable housing, and we wanted to kind of leverage off that a little bit more. So we're doing a lot in regards to with NYCHA as well as Section 8 housing and what have you, and again, a focus on the youth as well.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. So you're trying to like expand a little bit more. Talk to me a little bit more about your background in real estate. How did you get motivated to do that? And from real estate to actually work with the community, what has that been like?
Yep, so with real estate, you know, my company's called Dane Real Estate, or Dane PCG, and with that background, I've been doing it for 14 years, and it's as a broker. And the one thing I will say as an entrepreneur, when you become a broker, you're really starting your own. Even though you might work for a company, you're making $0. So for my first 3 years, I made nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. So it's one that I had to hustle, I had to work hard, and I had to get away from all the fears, because I feel that holds back a lot of us, is the fears and the anxiety of what's going to happen if I take this leap, or what's going to happen if I don't go for it, or if I do go for it and I fail. But people are too fearful of the failure, which of course, when you're an entrepreneur, you actually want the failures in a way, because you learn the most from those. And Jay-Z actually mentioned in one interview with Oprah that he actually learned the most from failures, not successes.
I think that's when you actually learn. You don't learn by just having things go your way all the time.
Correct. Yeah. So that's where the real estate has helped me a lot. And then learning from my mistakes and learning what happened in my real estate background, it's helped me then to give back to the community.
Of course.
And basically give back and be able to be a sounding board for them and offer my advice. But again, it's everybody's own story, so they need to follow their own footpath and their own journey in that regard. But it's been great to actually be able to work with the community and work with other people and helping them see the entrepreneurial spirit either as their own companies or even internally in a company that they work for. Because a lot of people forget that even in big corporations, they strive to actually hear different ideas. They strive to hear different thought processes in order to excel themselves. So you can actually be an entrepreneur. I call it internal entrepreneur within your own company. And so I always strive for people to actually voice themselves a lot, be more creative, plan it out, and that's what I love from what my background is in real estate to where I am today. It's huge for me to be able to do that for others.
So you kind of work with people who want to start their own business and things like that, or is there a particular like?
You know, it's usually when people reach out to me. So you can reach out to me obviously on social media at Miss Heidi Burkhart. But when people reach out to me, and it's kind of when they show me that they actually are ready for the next step, that I actually want to invest my time too. So a lot of people will say they want to, but at the end of the day, they might not execute.
Or like they send you like a direct message like, oh, I want to start my own business, but I don't know how to. What can you tell me? Things like that.
Well, they'll do that. Yep. So so people send me a direct message or just hit me up on an Instagram link or Facebook or Twitter. And then basically from there, they'll say that they actually are interested in this piece of advice or I have anything to offer in regards to where they are. If I see that they actually are wanting and ready for that next step and not just kind of going to take my advice and drop it away or my network or person,
of course,
I'm more happy to invest my time and actually help them get to the next step.
Oh, definitely. So your philosophy, Biz, Live, Give. Do you, for example, me, I'm less than 25 years old. I work with people younger than me. Do you think that philosophy applies to them as well?
I definitely do. I think it's good to actually instill that on early on. Again, you have to put business first and you have to hustle. A lot of people don't really realize that you have to really work 24/7, especially in the beginning. My first 3 years, I was 20 to 23. Actually 21 to 24 actually for the real estate when I was making nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends were partying, a lot of my friends were at the clubs, but I didn't do that because all I knew was that I wanted to make money so later on I could travel the world, enjoy my time and give back to the community as well as to have a job and a career that I was really passionate about. So unfortunately I did forego a lot of things in my 20s, but I do think that I did still make time for my fitness. I did still make time to give back even when I had nothing because time is really all we have. And people forget organizations don't necessarily need your money. They really need your time.
Of course.
And that time in front of other people, that goes a lot further than just sending your money to an organization. And there's a lot of nonprofits here that actually crave for people to volunteer, and ones that I guarantee you're going to find one around here that actually goes to what your interests are.
Of course. It's, you know, it's really hard when you're like young and all your friends are like doing all these adventures and you're like sitting in your computer doing your work. I am at that position right now, so it's interesting to see someone else that went through that.
Yeah,
and I hope that I end up like you then, with success as all that we want at one point.
And success is happiness. You know, there's definitely places around here. New Jersey, the beaches are only a ferry away. People forget about that. There's New Paltz upstate that's very accessible and it's great hiking. We have some of the most beautiful trails up there. But people always think you have to travel far, where I just say you have to get away from New York. Because New York is so loud, there's so much distraction that sometimes to clear your mind, you have to just travel just a little way away. Yeah,
you see the difference when you leave the city. On your website, and it's like literally a quote, like it says, to inspire one, to inspire many. I assume that's yet another philosophy that you have when you mentor other people to want to create their businesses, right?
Well, when you inspire one person, they actually, if you make someone else smile and they're having a crap day, they're definitely going to probably smile back to you, and it's effective, it's effective. So it's contagious as well. So when you actually try to inspire another person, they actually are going after their life and actually following their passion, I guarantee their friends, they're going to notice and it's going to resonate. It's happened time over with who I've mentored and who I've worked with. And even myself, when people see that you're that happy and that you're following your passion, even if you're not making a lot of money, they want you. They're like, what's going on? Why are they so happy? What's going on in their life? I want that too. Yeah. Because a lot of people just stay so stagnant in their life, and you only have one life. You can't stay stagnant. So you really have to go out there and chase your fears more than let them hold you back. You chase after them and conquer them, because trust me, that's what I love about my travel. It teaches me that each time. I go scuba diving, skydiving, rafting, canyoning. Yeah. I'm scared as can be. I can't swear, so I'm scared as can be. And it's so thrilling and it's so exhilarating to get past that and actually conquer it. Same goes for business. When you go past your fears and you conquer it, there's nothing that feels as good as that. Yeah. We're going to continue more about this. We're going to take a quick break now. Stay tuned. There's more Open 2.0 coming up next.
This. My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast.
face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back to 2.0. We're continuing our conversation with Heidi Bucker. So let's talk a little bit more about being a woman in business, being an entrepreneur. What have been some of the challenges you encountered?
You know, I think just being an entrepreneur itself has its challenges. Being
Yeah.
a woman, I try to stay away from kind of the sexist kind of he or she kind of situation. But there's a lot of challenges as an entrepreneur. I think a lot of it is your own personal psyche and trying to doubt yourself constantly and getting past that doubt, as well as I call it the roller coaster event. When sales go up, you get really excited, but at the same time, they could disappear right away.
Totally.
So I try to let people know to have their emotions stay the same and not get too excited or too down, just keep on plugging through and trying to get to the next step. I think is the biggest entrepreneurial downfall that a lot of people go through. But if you get past that and you learn how to control that, you're gonna be golden. You know, if you have your focus on and you can go through it, you're gonna be great.
Yeah, of course. What is the importance, in your opinion, about providing services to the community?
You know, I think in my sense of providing services is actually providing hope and faith and entrepreneurial aspects for the community. For the Bronx, it's definitely a community that has so many talented individuals that are very entrepreneurial.
Yes.
A lot of the people that I have mentored from the Bronx, they are kind of shy in saying that they don't have their college education. To
Yeah.
me, it's not about that. It's really about internships and experience. If you can actually show that you have the experience and you have the facts to back it up and you have the track record to back it up, I guarantee if you can voice that and show your passion to work somewhere,
Yeah.
they're going to look at that 100 times more than someone with a college degree. But again, you're going to have to be heavy in following up, being tedious and relentless, which a lot of people don't want to do.
Yeah, because it's extra work that it's.
You're scared.
Yeah,
It's
you
being
get scared. Yeah,
you get scared
totally.
of rejection. So that's one thing that I try to instill in individuals. And with the Bronx, it's such a huge community with, again, such smart individuals that have the hustle, that want to do more. And I just really want to supply that to the Bronx
course.
community in regards to actually being here with you guys, as well as instilling more of go after it. You only have one life. Don't be
Yeah.
fearful, because fear just, you'll resent and regret not going after things.
Yeah,
So.
totally. What advice would you give to girls and young boys who want to become entrepreneurs in the future, but are kind of scared too?
There's a book called Mastery by Robert Greene. That's one book I highly suggest people read, and he probably should thank me for saying that. But it's one book because it actually teaches you that you need to, for young boys and young girls, or even teens, adults, whatever age you truly are, you just have to start learning your craft. And the more that you learn your craft, the better that it is. So getting
Totally.
internships at companies that you want to work for, seeing if a corporate life is what you want to do is great through an internship. If it's not, then work for a boutique firm after you get done with that internship.
Yeah.
Start feeding yourself with the knowledge, stay focused, because a lot of people like to not stay focused, so stay
yeah,
focused.
it's really easy to not be focused.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a lot of opportunities out there. So making
Yeah.
sure you stay focused. And what there was a book also by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. 50 Cent mentioned when he got bored, a lot of people will try to go off and do a new tangent and a new job, a new career. But
Yeah.
boredom really just means you mastered your craft.
Of course.
So you need to find a new challenge in that craft, in that way, to
Yeah.
now start growing it rather than going off in a new tangent, because you
Yeah.
really want to try to grow that and harvest it. And a lot of people don't do that for some odd reason. And it's frustrating when I mentor, because I'm like, no, you're bored. That's because you need a new challenge.
Of
So
course.
set your own goals. People don't like setting their own goals, but set your
Yeah.
own goals. Write them down. Write your goals down.
Yeah. Lastly, but very important, where can people contact you?
Yep, people can contact me on the various social media platforms. Obviously, Biz Live Give is the philosophy, so you'll find that. And then there's also Miss Heidi Burkhart, so it's just MS Heidi Burkhart.
That's the most direct way to get
That's
to
the most
you.
direct, yep.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much
Oh,
for
thank
joining
you.
me on set.
Thank you
So
very
It was
much.
a pleasure hearing about you and like all the messages to have to the community. Hopefully someone will see the show and listen. And good luck with your business and everything.
Thank you very much, very much.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time right here in Open 2.0.